So Euro 2020 starts today. Is it coming home? Let's find out. What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today I'm predicting the first 12 Euro 2020 fixtures. It's all of match day 1. So I'll be going through all the first games in the group stage. If you guys want a prediction league or Lexus Hall of Fame or some leaderboard for predictions, do let me know in the comments down below and I'll see if I can quickly configure a league table based on our predictions. If you guys want to leave your predictions and want to get a shout out, make sure you leave your predictions in the comments down below. If you get your predictions correct, I will shout out your channel. If you guys like what you see, please make sure you do give this video a like. It does tremendously help the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't done. It does really help the channel. And please share this channel to as many people as you can. All of that would really make my day. Before I start predicting, FIFA is also going to predict these games as well. Unfortunately, FIFA doesn't hold the license for 4 of the 24 teams in the tournament. That includes North Macedonia, they'll be replaced with Republic of Ireland on FIFA. Ukraine, they'll be replaced by Norway on FIFA. Croatia, they'll be replaced by Greece on FIFA. And Slovakia, they'll be replaced by Slovenia in FIFA. But without any further ado, let's go on and predicting these games. So the opening game that we have tonight is Turkey going up against Italy. Now both these sides have not played against each other that frequently. The last time they've actually played against each other was all the way back in 2006 in a friendly. Both these sides entering the tournament pretty strong runs of form really, because Italy are unbeaten in their last 27 matches. All the way back in 2018, which is an incredible run of form for Italy to go under. Turkey themselves are in great run of form as well, only losing 1 in their last 13 matches. And of course, over the way in their qualifiers, they've beaten France, they've beaten Netherlands, and they've drawn against Germany as well. Burak Yilmaz, though, is the one player that people keep telling me you've got to keep your eye on, because he was fantastic in Lille this season, obviously winning the Liga title, and he could have another great season here. Çalhanoğlu, also a fantastic player. Italy, though, you can see why they're so strong. We look at their defence, the experience of Florenzi, Bonucci and Chiellini still in the squad. Donnarumma in goal, so gaining a safe pair of hands in goal. Berardi and Insigne, and then of course Ciro Immobile leading the line. And I think he'll definitely be a very important player for Italy's Euros as well. Turkey actually keeping a clean sheet in 5 of their last 6 matches, so don't think there'll be many goals. I'm going to say Italy will still edge this with the better squad. I'm going to say 1-0 away to Italy, and FIFA 21 is going to agree with me. We now go to Wales versus Switzerland. Another example of 2 teams that don't play against each other that much and that often. Last time they played against each other was all the way back in 2011 for the qualifying stages of Euro 2012. As you may want to know, Switzerland have won their last 3 matches in championship competitions. But Wales are undefeated in their last 5 as well, although they've not played the toughest of teams either. And of course, you will recognise some championship players in this Wales squad. Connor Robertson, Reece Norton-Davies. With this game, it's really tough for me to call, because I definitely think Wales have got the attacking quality. Switzerland, definitely frustrated team to play up against and very experienced. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think both these sides will cancel each other out. FIFA 21 is predicting a 2-0 away victory to Switzerland. Now, if all of my results came true, the Group A table will look like this. Italy first, Wales second, Switzerland third, and Turkey fourth. If FIFA 21's predictions all came true, their league table will look like this. Switzerland, Italy, Turkey, and then Wales rock bottom. Next up, we've got Denmark going up against Finland. Finland with them having their first European tournament, which is huge for the country, big in their history. They've got to play against Denmark though, which I think a lot of people, including myself, are thinking that they could be a dark horse in this competition. Denmark are undefeated in their last 9 matches, and I remember when they scored 8 past Moldova very recently. So Denmark looking very strong right now. Finland could have a problem though, because I think Timo Pukki is carrying an ankle injury. They could replace him for someone like Force, who definitely is a good Finlandian striker as well. But look at Denmark's squad, of course, Schmeichel and goal, That back four looks very whiz. Daniel Vass and then, of course, Andres Christensen. It's going to be interesting to see if all the Chelsea and Man City players are be able to recover in time for the fact they've had their Champions League final recently. Of course, you've got Thomas Delaney and Pierre Højbjerg. Look at how strong their midfield is. Then you still got Martin Braithwaite, Christian Eriksen, Josef Poulsen, and of course, Dolberg to lead the line. I'm going to go 2-0 to the Danes. FIFA 21 is predicting a 0-0 draw. Next up, we've got Belgium going up against Russia. Now, Belgium, you could argue, are having a bit of an injury crisis right now because Eden Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne are both very unlikely to feature for Belgium in this game. Of course, two fantastic playmakers for Belgium. Russia, I mean, they've had pretty strong form game there. They've actually won 5 games in the lead up of Euro 2020 as well. Witsel for Belgium, I think, is another player who will be out as well. But looking at the squads, Belgium's squad is still ridiculous. You've got Torgan Hazard, who will be probably playing the place of Eden Hazard with Dries Mertens and Romelu Lukaku. Like a ridiculous squad. Russia's squad, I mean, is a little bit of a change squad. They still got Alexander Golovin, who he was very, very good in Russia 2018. But also Dzuba is still around as well, but he's not one of the younger players anymore. Zhirkov is still in the squad with 37 years of age as well, which is quite incredible. But I think Belgium will be expected to win. I think even with the injuries, I think they'll still scrape past this. I think it'll be quite tight though. I'm going to say 2-1 Belgium. FIFA 21 is predicting 2-2. Now, if all of my results came true, Denmark will be first, Belgium will be second, Russia will be third, and Finland will be fourth. If FIFA's predictions all came true, Belgium will be first, Russia will be second, Denmark will be third, and Finland will be fourth, but both will be on 1 point each. So very, very tight. Next up, we've got Austria against North Macedonia. Now, obviously on FIFA, we don't have North Macedonia. They'll be replaced by Republic of Ireland. Both have played against each other very, very recently because they were in the same qualifying group going into Euro 2020. And Austria have got the better of North Macedonia, beating on them 6-2 on aggregate. So very, very convincing from Austria against North Macedonia head-to-head. North Macedonia will definitely be the underdogs going into this tournament. They have picked up some great wins and results over the way. I remember them beating Germany quite recently. So North Macedonia, definitely a team you cannot sleep on. They've got their quality. Austria, I've seen them recently against England. They did look quite scary at times, although going forward, I do fear for Austria because they didn't create too much against England. Of course, the last time these two played against each other, we saw plenty of goals. But for some reason, I think this game will draw a blank. I think North Macedonia will hold firm. And I think they'll get a 0-0 draw. I think that is going to be the game that's going to end 0-0. FIFA is saying 1-0 to North Macedonia, of course, replaced by Republic of Ireland, courtesy of a penalty, which would be an incredible result for North Macedonia. Next is Netherlands going up against Ukraine. Now, this is a really big game because, in my opinion, I think Ukraine have got a real chance to try and top this group here. Because Netherlands right now are a team that I'm not overly convinced with, to be honest with you. Both these sides have not played against each other in over 10 years, which is absolutely crazy. Now, Netherlands have won their last 5 of their 6, but having said that, they have not looked too convincing. They narrowly held a draw against Scotland. Netherlands have just not looked convincing. And Ukraine are going into the Euros with a load of momentum. They are undefeated in their last 8 matches, Ukraine. So if they could definitely hold this confidence, they could definitely take a side like Netherlands and get a result. They managed to beat Spain recently, so they could definitely do the same to Netherlands. I could see this game being very, very cagey, and knowing what Netherlands are like with their squad and their quality, they might just edge it. I'm going to say 1-0 to the Netherlands, but I could definitely see Ukraine picking up a result. FIFA 21 is predicting 0-0, who of course have replaced Ukraine with Norway. So if all my predictions came true for Group C, the table will look like this. Netherlands first, Austria second, North Macedonia third, and Ukraine fourth. Now, in terms of FIFA's predictions, if they come true, North Macedonia or Republic of Ireland will be first, Netherlands second, Ukraine/Norway will be third, and Austria will be last. So here we go, guys. This is going to be the big game. England-Croatia, 2 p.m. Sunday. Oh my gosh, I'm excited/nervous about it. Now, in terms of teams with an undefeated run, England hold one of the longest undefeated runs in European Championship competitions. We are actually undefeated in 32 out of our last 34 European matches, which is remarkable to say the least. But in terms of a convincing performance, it's been quite a while since I've seen one with England. I think we sometimes expect so much from England, but with that quality, and if we were to have a world-class manager, I actually think England can be top of quality. And I think Southgate will play with 5 at the back. In terms of injury doubts, I know Maguire is very unlikely to be available. I'm going to find it interesting for the likes of Foden and Mount to see if they can recover in time and get to England. Of course, quite a fair bit of the England squad is based on Manchester City and Chelsea players as well. They could be fatigued for the Champions League final as well. Croatia, though, have not been the same team for what we've seen of them in World Cup 2018. Some of their players have moved on from a little bit. There's this added rivalry. Of course, we lost to them in the World Cup semi-final on our dream run. So definitely England may have an initiative to try and beat Croatia. Of course, we beat them in the Nations League, which managed to relegate them. So maybe Croatia will have an initiative to try and beat us. It's going to be tight, but I'm still going to say England. I'm still going to say we might edge it. I'm going to say 2-1 England. FIFA 21 is predicting 1-0, who of course they've replaced Croatia with Greece. Next up, we've got Scotland versus Czech Republic. Now, this is a big game for both these sides if they both want to try and get out the group. Now, Scotland and Czech Republic have actually played against each other very, very recently. They were both actually, I think, in the qualification stage for the Euros. They both played against each other. And Scotland did the double over Czech Republic. And I think Scotland, of course, with them having their first tournament in over 15 years, it's going to be a huge moment for Scotland. And I actually think that sort of momentum and this good morale, I think will carry them over the line. I'm going to say 2-0 Scotland. Why not? Let's back Scotland with a fantastic start to this tournament. FIFA 21 is predicting 1-0 to Czech Republic. I can also see that happening. So if all my predictions came true, Scotland will be first. England will be second, Croatia will be third, and Czech Republic will be fourth. If all of FIFA's predictions came true, England first, Czech Republic second, Croatia/Greece will be third, and Scotland will be last. We go to Group E now, Poland versus Slovakia next. Of course, FIFA have replaced Slovakia with Slovenia. Now, I think you would be expecting Poland to be the favourite in this game. They've won 8 of their last 10 European Championship games. And Poland has scored at least 2 goals as well in their last 4. So Poland not having any trouble scoring goals. Slovakia, though, have got a fantastic record against Poland. And one of the more notable times they actually went against each other was when they were in the World Cup qualifier stage and Slovakia completed the double over Poland. But that was over 10 years ago. And nowadays, I think Poland have really grown since then. The talent they've produced has been incredible, including Robert Lewandowski, who I think will be a very important player for Poland in this tournament. With this game, I think Poland will go through. I'm going to say 2-1 to Poland. I think they'll just squeak a victory through. FIFA 21 was predicting 2-0 Poland. The next game is Spain versus Sweden. Now, I don't think you would have actually correctly predicted which of these two teams would actually finish the furthest in World Cup 2018, because it was Sweden that actually progressed further than Spain did. They obviously got knocked out by England eventually. Now, both these teams going into the tournament pretty strong runs of form. Spain have scored at least 2 goals in 8 of their last 10 matches, so Spain have been able to score goals. They haven't against Portugal, but they have been able to score goals in 8 of their last 10. Sweden are undefeated in 6 matches, so Sweden looking pretty strong for their run of form right now. There's one player you need to look out for Sweden, and that is Alexander Isak. He has had a fantastic season, and I think he'll definitely be a very crucial player in that Sweden squad if they were to try and get a positive result. Spain have narrowly edged Sweden in the head-to-head record recently, but Sweden have really held their own actually. With this game, I'm going to edge Spain. I think with their quality, I think they'll edge it. I'm going to say 2-0 to Spain. FIFA 21 is predicting 2-1 to Spain. So if all my predictions came true, Spain will be top, Poland will be second, Slovakia third, and Sweden fourth. If FIFA's predictions all came true, Poland first, Spain second, Sweden third, and Slovakia/Slovenia fourth. We've now made it to the final group, the group of death, and we start off with Hungary versus Portugal. Now, Hungary must be irritated to play Portugal again, because of course they played against Portugal in Euro 2016. But following that, they actually topped the group with a group with Portugal in it, which was actually quite incredible for Hungary. Now, Portugal are in great runs of form. They are undefeated in 21 of their last 22 matches, Portugal. So it's very difficult to beat Portugal right now. If we were to look at the squads, Portugal's squad is absolutely ridiculous. You think of what they can have in defence with Pepe and Ruben Diaz as a centre-back partnership. I mean, that alone is almost scary in itself. Gian Cancelo on the right hand side midfield. They've got Bruno Fernandes, Ruben Neves, the attackers as well, João Felix, Cristiano Ronaldo. We'll have Patricio in goal as well. Portugal's squad is really good. And I think Portugal will go far in this tournament, and I think they'll start off not convincingly, but I think they will eventually get the job done against Hungary. I'm going to say 3-1 Portugal, although I won't be surprised if Hungary get a result. FIFA 21 is predicting 1-0 to Hungary, undoubtedly the shock of the Euros at the moment, and honestly that could happen because you never know with Hungary. And the final game to go over, probably saving the best to last, France versus Germany. Now, both these sides have played against each other quite recently. They were in the same Nations League group last year in 2018. And in that group, France actually failed to qualify for the final stages because Netherlands finished above them. But France and Germany were the two teams that finished in the bottom two places, and France managed to get the better of Germany. They drew against Germany away, but they won 2-1 at home, which ultimately relegated Germany, and they managed to stay in the Nations League Group A. So we could definitely have an initiative that France have definitely had a bit of an edge over Germany over the years. Germany very experienced though. You can look at their squad and it's full of experience, and what Joachim Löw's trying to do, he's trying to get a good balance between experience and youth, which is something that has been criticised of him in the past for not incorporating enough youth players. But it's good that he's trying to incorporate that in this squad, and that could definitely help him. In terms of France, their squad is just ridiculous. You think of England's quality and depth, but France's depth is honestly insane. Every single position on the pitch has probably got a world-class player in it. It really is ridiculous. I think France will prove when you've got strong quality and strong depth in your squad, you will win a tournament, and I think they'll get to a winning start against Germany. I'm going to say, 2-1 France. I think it'll be close. FIFA 21 is predicting 1-0 France. One final thing I want to show you guys before I end this video here. I've been making my Euro 2020 Fantasy League. I'm called Lex Alexis FC. And this is the team I've gone with. And I won't lie, I actually think it's a very strong team. My bench is not that strong, but I didn't have a huge budget left. But look at this squad. We've got some representation from Portugal, Denmark here, Italy, France, England. We've got 3 England players actually, and we've got Belgium here. So we've got a wild spread of different teams. If you guys want to join my league, you can join my league as well. And the code is right here, 94D1MPJR06. So if you want to join my Euro 2020 league, make sure you enter that code. But that wraps it up for today's video. I'm just so excited now for the Euros to start. It will start at 8 o'clock tonight. I'll be very likely to stream Turkey and Italy as well as watch along. Make sure you check that out later today. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please make sure do give this video a like. It does tremendously help. Please subscribe if you haven't done it. It does really help the channel. And please share this channel to as many people as you can. All that would really make my day. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary if you saw the end of this video. And as always, long live the Euros. Take care, everyone.